It's not Pashut. No, it is. Because
I mean, it is, but it's not, you know, I mean...
What's meaning? There is the Keich HaGvul of the Eibishter. We say Keich HaGvul.
Yeah.
So regularly we say it's an infinite power to make limitations. Sometimes a diuk from the Meshki guy says, Kshem sheyesh lekeich bebilti bal gvul, kach yesh lekeich bigvul. So he has a question, I saw the Shimon, someone wrote it in his Shiur. So he asked the question, why didn't they say Kshem sheyesh lekeich ha-bligvul, kach yesh lekeich ha-gvul? What's this lashon? Bebilti bal gvul, kach yesh lekeich bigvul. That was his diuk. I don't know if he saw in Chassidus, but it's a diuk. So he comes to the conclusion, Kshem sheyesh lekeich bebilti bal, he expresses himself in the bligvul. Kach yesh lekeich bigvul. As in the gvul sagt sich alles. This word of Kelim, Chesed. So it's not besides that the pshit is the herzach as pshit could be saved kol ha'fochim, and like it says that the lashon in Eres Pshutim and not that the Eid is so poshut that if he decides he will express himself in Chesed, show Chesed. So it's all expression of als pshit is how it could carry anything. Like you say, the nefesh is beyond the description. But now he's expressing himself in Chesed. Believul, he could also have this limitation. But to say that there is Ayin Atzmi in this Chesed, Ayin Atzmi in Gvura, that's the whole Chiddush only came. That's only after the Tzimtzum that they show this side of the coin that there is Ayin Atzmi in Chesed. This is the idea of Gvul. There's two ways, just short. The two ways to look at Gvul. Let's say three ways. One way to look at Gvul, to step down. It's limitation. Bli Gvul is infinity. Gvul is a mile Gvul is Chesed l'gabe Ein Sof. What's the comparison? Another way to look at Gvul and Bli Gvul is that they're equal. Here's a Keich Ein Sof for Bli Gvul. Here's a Keich Ein Sof for Gvul. We're not making one higher than the other. Here Ein Sof, he could be Ein Sof Magbil. He could be Magbil the whole area of Bli Gvul. It's Ein Sof. It's a Keich Ein Sefi. Ein Sof, the Ein Gvul. Other Dugma, Moshel is you say. There's two ways the way the Eibishter runs the world. Teva and Nes. Nature and miracles. Usually we're used to saying that nature is a limited way of the Eibishter showing the world. And Nes is the Eibishter breaking nature and beyond limitation. It doesn't have to be the way the world is, because the way the Eibishter wants. A step deeper we could say, no. Like it says in the Chassidus brings from Akedah, that's two ways to see the greatness of the Eibishter, the blikvul of the Eibishter. If we want to look at nature, we say every day the sun comes up and goes down. That shows ain't safe, that it's not changing. It's the nature of limit of Gvul is that it constantly becomes weaker, and this is the same strength. Chazokim kimi borom. That's a keich bli gvuli over here. Then there's the keich bli gvul. You see the way the Eibishter breaks the worlds. It's explained. That's the chiluk. Keich gvul, keich bli gvul from the Ein Sof. That there's Ein Sof to the Ein of Gvul. He could give a chizuk, so to speak, to the Ein of Gvul that it should last forever. Keich gvul from Ein Sof middle. And then there's the expresses of the blikvul, and it reveals blikvul as is. Blikvul to be blikvul, not to give a chizuk. Faket, he'll show that it ain't mukbul. The blikvul will be revealed. It's explain what it says. The mile of the ness is that it's automatically we see the blikvul. But to see the blikvul in nature, we have to think about it. That's not revealed. So that's when we see that these two keiches are equal expressions of the Eibishter. Keich blikvul of the Eibishter, Ein Sof, and keich gvul of Ein Sof. Then there's a third way to look at Gvul. A third way to look at Gvul.
No, didn't mention that yet.
We didn't mention yet.
Okay.
But this is just to strengthen the point of it. It's not. There's a third way to look at Gvul. That Gvul is even higher than Blikvul. Why? I'm just mentioning just to make it that it's not such a pella that the chayis hakeli atzmo the vadeirem lubashbo, and that's the shemis and referring to the Eibishter. The idea, generally, when we speak about Gvul and Blikvul, what is the difference of Gvul and Blikvul? What's more, what's less? So generally, of course, Blikvul is more, right? The question is, with what is Blikvul more? It's the lashon of the Rebbe. Is it a quality difference or a quantity difference? Is it maimer hakamo, how much, or is it maimer ha'eich, in the way of being? That means, is it a quality? Is it a quantity that gvul is, like say the table is mugul till here, blikvul, infinite, no stop, but it's table. So that would be a quantity difference. If we're saying quality, we're saying gvul is what? Is only this thing. And bli gvul is unlimited things. That's the regular way of thinking it, that it's in a different quality altogether. There's unlimited way of existences. But Rebbe takes it a step further. He says it's not true to say this difference. Gvul and bli gvul are a difference only in quantity. Why? So there's a way that could be explained that gvul, what's its limit? It's what it's made of and nothing else. Chesed. It's only chesed and not gvura. That's its limitation at the end of the day, right? It's only what it is, it's not what it's not. Bli gvul, what's bli gvul? Is it not? Is it what it is not? Does it encompass to itself what it's not? No. It's just a lot more what it is. It's bli gvul, it's Ein Sof Milas, but it's only what it is. It's bli gvul, and that's what it is. It's not what it's not. In other words, could it step out of itself and also be there? It can't. Mitzat keich bli gvul, they can't be a creation, a new thing, is chachas. His chachas cannot come from bli gvul, just like it cannot come from gvul. And this is havana from gvul and bli gvul. Yeah. Then there is higher than that. There's keil yochel, the Eibishter's can define any mugder. The Mele can even make something new. What's the idea of making something new? This is the idea in the step deeper of gvul. What's pshat gvul? I don't have to be filled. The Eibishter Kiviyachol doesn't have to be here. He could even come to a place where he is not. That's the idea of gvul. That's the idea of koyach. Expression of the Eibishter, or koyach means he could come to a new domain and affect it, even though it's not him. We said the mashal throwing a rock in Chassidus, the classical mashal for koyach. The person has the energy to change the place where the rock is. He is not coming there. He's not expressing. No one's going to know that it's a chochem throwing the rock or it's a behemoth throwing the rock. Lahavdil, yeah, whatever, not yet. Why not? Because he is not being expressed here, and that's the word of keich. He could come to a place even though he's not expressed. That's the amitis shelish of gvul touches limitation, which shows that I don't have to be here. Shleibish is not expressing himself the way he is on his level. That's the whole idea of limitation. He's not coming the way he is. He's showing himself on a different plane. That's the shadish of gvul, is how from Ein Sof comes out gvul. He is not showing himself the way he is on his level. He's coming on a limited way, on a keirtik way, chochmeh, chesed. Really, and this is being expressed, the essence of the Eibishter, that he's not defined at all, and therefore he could even come to a new way of being. He doesn't have to show himself. So in a way, gvul, when we see Helen, if we'll be able to trace it back to Amitis HaSherish, that is the Eibishter being expressed. So we're saying, that's what we're saying. Who are we referring to when we say Shem Keil Elokim? The Chayis HaKli Atzmo. Chayis Shel HaKelim Atzmon. Hu Min HaRashimu. V'zeu in HaShemis Keil Elokim. This is the Shemis Keil Elokim. Sheinam Shochas B'chinas HaRashimu Lahavis Lahachis HaKelim. In order to create Kelim, there needs to be Shemis. What's a Shem in general? When a person has a name, what's the idea of the name? That a person should turn around. The same idea, in order to be Mamshech, when the Etzem Keich HaRashimah should become Kelim, there has to be Shemis. That's the Amshochis. Yeah, that it should become the idea of Kelim. Now, Amshochis, Heilu Menashim, Einum B'chinas Gileir, Hainum B'chinas Kiru V'dveiks B'im Keidom, Kiim B'chinas Hel. Because if they would be B'derech Kiru V'gilui, then they wouldn't become Kelim. Therefore, we find also that the Kelim are Helam. Where do we see Kelim are Helam? Okay, we say in the Paschalia, Kad Antistalik Minayu. We speak about the Kaf. Hu Neviu, Iu Kinishmos Legufo. Diu Chaim Legufo. Say that the Kav which comes in Tatzil's Shema, the Kav that comes in Tatzil's is the highest to just like the life force to the tree. Then we say, Antu Shlim L'chulu. You are the one that gives Shlemus to everything. V'chad Antistalik Minayu Ishtaru Chulu Shmon Ki Gufa B'lo Nishmosa. He skipped the words Chulu Shmon. Ishtaru Ki Gufa B'lo Nishmosa. What are we hearing? Gufa B'lo Nishmosa. So usually you think Gufa B'lan Nishmasa, so there's nothing here, there's no Neshama, the Eibush Zok Chishtareis in them. But on the other hand, we say even deeper, Ishtaru Ki Gufa, it lasts, there is a body, there is a Guf, there is a Metzias. In Yoni is Hela. But it's existent, it's not revealing the Eibush, we can't take it, doesn't trace us back to Cheish Shemokir, but it's in existence. Ishtaru Ki Gufa B'lan Nishmasa. How does this last like a Guf? We must say that there's a Chayis in the Keli besides the Eremis Labish. Harei Gam Sheyesh B'mchinas HaChayis Shemitzad Atzmom Hayin B'mchinas HaKeches Shebehor Rishimu. And that's why they last. Mikol Makim Ishtaru Ki Gufa. So this Chayis, which comes from the Rishimu, which is making them, is not in a way that it's a revealed connection to its source. It's hidden, it doesn't show where it's come from. B'chinas Helamei V'Agil Chul. K'mishkos Mokamach. This chayis that comes from the Rashim is not dovuk to tzmok and kiruv, which means he was trying to express himself, show himself. He's not showing himself, and that's how this shame, that's how the Shalom came out. Why?
What's the dvekas built in a keres?
Yeah, that's the dvekas. It's him, like it says later in the mashal from the spark from the fire. It's called him. But it doesn't show him. It doesn't show the Ein Sof where it's coming from. The Rishim, why is it? Because Rishim B'chinas Keich Ne'elam, Amshach Misham B'chinas Helam. Since the Rishim itself is a Keich Ne'elam, which doesn't express the Eibishter, it's the power of lack of expressing. Just like you say, the Keich HaZrika by a person. What's the Keich? It says, Lamoshel on the Rishim, it says, Notel Tzreis V'Zarkon Mehem Naisar. It's a Lashon Pikad Rebbe Lezer, but the Chassidus takes it to the whole other level. What does it mean? That he took rocks and that's what the source of the world is. The source of Metzias comes from Keich HaZrika. Just like a person Keich HaZrika is, there's two stages. There's the etzem keich hazrik in the person. Before he ever goes anywhere, he's within himself. He has the power to leave himself. When does this power come to action? Only when it actually leaves itself. When could a person throw? When is this gal's keich hazrik? Only if it leaves his hand. If he's going to be connected, it's never going to throw. The only way to leave is to make the throwing is when herzich on zrike, he has to go back and leave go, and that's when it starts coming out the keich hazrika. But it's dovuk if he'll want to hold it, he'll want to express himself. Forget it, the keich hazrika won't be able to come out. Because the whole keich is the ability to leave itself. And then what it accomplishes is also things that don't express. And the rocket, the flying, it's nothing to do with persons. It's the opposite of, it's nicht Adam, it's not Miles Adam, a behavior could throw. Even though Chassidus asked the question whether you could aim and you could do, and that's all to learn how to do this act in a nice way. But what it is the teichen of it is not Adam, leaving man's mile, flying ball. It's not Adam. The Adam got sich shreis in them.
Sham is der ze, aber nefacht mir.
Nefacht is another word. Steht nefacht verkehrt is. It has to be connected to the market. It says if there's something blocking it, so then ein hevel an efeich magia leisim mokim. Verkehrt dort, and that's agam. There is in a place that Rebbe speaks about. And he gets a tshuva that the etzem and the shoma, even though there's a vedis, is always dovuk be'etzem kei. Could be the Rebbe mentions. I don't remember. I think the whole sikha the Rebbe taka this word. The Rebbe shows the word of hevel an efeich that if there's heder at vekis, you don't see the mocker. But it could be the Rebbe is another. That's one of the things ich jetzt genau, but whatever. Okay, ich denke nicht jetzt. There's a word when they get in the Shom, that's the chiluk of Teira and the Shom. If we divide Teira and the Shom in this scale of Gilui, Kiru, Vedvekis, and the Heder Advekis, that's chiluk of the Shom and Teira. That's what said the Shom is like a Bonimatan Lavayla Kech, my child. He's his father, but he's in a different world. He's living his father. His whole life is from his father, but he doesn't necessarily have to see the connection to his father. That he could exist without that. Fine. So the reason why this comes from the Shim in such a way, the Shim he b'chinas keich ne'elam, and b'amshacha misham he b'chinas helam. So also the amshacha from there is neiv of helam. You don't see the vekas to the source. You don't see how it's his expression, and that's the shame is fine. Now, so this is who's going to make the kelim is coming from the Rishimu. But then there is how it actually happens. So he says, third context is we know that they're not connected to the Eir. Now, even in regard to their mocker, also comes from Richuk. They don't see their source. Now there is the way they actually come from. they actually come to happen. Their makeup is from the Shadish, is not the reveal. You don't see the Shadish. It's already 10 o'clock. Just check. I don't know, over
quarter.
it's a quarter to. Okay. So he says like this. Here he comes a new question. He says there's another aspect. We said that nothing could come to be if the Eibishter is not trying to express himself. From hiding comes nothing. When a person holds himself in, the other person doesn't get any message unless there's some connection between the people. That's what makes that the person should get the message, right? If he's every day speaking to him, and one day or 1 hour, 1 minute, he didn't look around, so the person say, "Oh, something's wrong." So that's the connection that made the disconnection say something. But only withholding will do nothing. So he said, "Ishavas akel bepel" has to come through an expression. So idea is when does the Moshe, the Rabbi Moshe, fine. Kanal perches she'er ubchinas gilui, which aid is revelation. So if that's what can come about, so the chorah they're coming from gilui, they should be also see their source. They should see psadvekus to the sherish. As he says, this is a Moshe Chassidus that. Here he says it very short, and in Samachay, it's a whole arichas about it, and they didn't get around to mamash seeing it. Mamash barichas. It's a few pages, but here it's mamash derechagav. Fine. So in the Yisib it's Chaim. She's havas hakelim hu al yedei pigia seir yosher ve'erchezer shemakim zebozeh. This is the lashon it's Chaim. How does kelim come about? They bumped together. They had a coalition. They're Yashar and they're Chazer, they hit each other. As they Zokter. Through this falls off letters, and the letters, that's the Kalim.
So what about the explanation of Kalim that it comes from Koyach Nelam?
Oh, we're going to get to that.
So this and that
it's not a stir.
Come together.
It's not a stir. We're going to see it's not a stir.
Okay.
That's the Shadish, and this is how it happens.
Right. Like I said before, that the Eid is the one that's creating it, but which part of the Eid is making it? The obvious Shabeir. The Shimu's effect on the Eid, which is Nimtza in the Eid, that comes out from them at Kalim.
Who collected the insurance? The Archezer or the Ar Yasher?
After the coalition, who had the last word? So
somebody had to collect insurance here. So you have a collision.
Can you define the already?
Yosher Chazer, we're going to try to tackle it. In the truth, he gives a homoshel here, but it's not going into the idea of a Yosher Chazer. It's more the. He gives a moshel here from two sichlim. It's al derech rotzev v'shuv, very good. The moshel, the way I hear it is like this: you have two types of people. You have one type is they hear something right away, they go tell everybody about it. That's you want to spread the news, tell this guy, you're covered. It's one way. One type, everyone has. Fine. Let's make it now two people. Fine. The other type of people, they hear something, they start thinking and they start trying to get deeper and deeper what lies behind it. They try to learn it. They're not interested in telling anybody. They have enough to do. They're going deeper and deeper, and forget, if they'll waste the time to go give it over, it's losing that moment, that time that they could have delved in depth of the thing. Why should they go away? If you want, you could say that's the chiluk of Chabad and Pelish Chassidus. It's not my moshe. The Rebbe Rashab says it. He says those who think that the Pelish Rabbeim were nothing great, Stam HaSheita. He says the story from the Meir Prim Shlaner. That he said that when he walked, the whole story with the mayor, that Meir, and Sugbun Eben, you know the story with the mikveh, they used to go down the hill and it was icy and he would slip, and everyone would try to go on this mountain, this small mountain outside the city. They wanted to be smart, and they said they're going to try to go up this mountain. Yeah, you know the story. Everyone knows the story, right? The Meir Ben Rishlan would go. There was a mikveh outside the city. In order to go there, you had to go up a mountain, like a small hill. And in the winter, it got very icy. So everyone would walk around the hill, and he's busy going up and down the hill and back up and down, and he never fell. Fine. So a pellet of Meir, fine. It's a tzaddik. Fine. There's a whole story about the Meir. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so there's two fellows came. They didn't believe in tzaddikim, so they wanted to check it out. So they wanted to see it's such a big pellet to go up the hill.
So man can do it. We can do it here.
Yeah.
We're young fellows.
So they thought, they started going. They slipped a few times. They hurt himself badly, and they realized it's something special. So they went over to Rabbi, they asked him, how do you do this? So the Rabbi is, he used to speak about himself like that. He's verbunden eben. He's connected above. Is verbunden eben, fällt nicht unten. If you're connected, this is a story that Rebbe, if you're connected above, you don't slip down. So maybe it's like he's holding on the trolley, he's holding up, he's not just the hamker. It's a good name, he's not it's slippery here, he's not here. There's a more muimdik story about the Shach, the Sifsikein, ala Shulchan Aruch, the Shach and the Taz. It says the story of the Shach would walk on the roofs. Yeah. While he was thinking his askola, his teire, and he would walk on the roofs, weren't all together, and he would walk and from one roof to the next roof. It's a story. It's printed in the Sefer Zechinus. I think the Rebbe explained it towards the end because seichel doesn't fall down. You ever saw a skull falling down? And the shach was kol seichel. It's not shach should fall down. He became the Torah that he was learning, so he didn't have any weight, you know. You picture Leon over all beside Hashem, whatever. I'm not gonna go there. So this story, what happened over here? Fine. So B'meili says the ones who think that the Peilush Rabbeim are nothing great is a narishkeit. The Peilush Rabbeim are very great. Never then. They had a different shita. And a way they had a mile over Chabad Rabbeim. He says they came from Elam HaMachshove. That's what they were Megal Chassidus. Chabad comes from Elam HaDibur. Tiyem Megal Zen. He's Mendaik in a posik. It says Elef Alofim Kadmei Elef Alofim Yishemshunei V'Ribu Revov Kadmei Yikumun. It says there's two types of malachim. There's thousands of thousands that serve him, and tens of thousands that stand before him. There's two types of malachim. There's Yishemshunei malachim, the servants. They're doing the jobs. Then there is the higher servants. There is Kadmei Yikumun servants. They're standing with a bittul to the Eibishter. So they don't go to, they're not there to guard. They're verlieren sich in the market. They're not interested in going and giving out, doing services to bring down the Lakus to Elamis. They're staying a bittul legamri. So he said that's the chiluk of the Peilush. That's it says. It's a sicher. It's printed in Teir Shalom. You can check it out. So the he said the Chagas Chassidim, they stand a bittul. That's what they were Megala Lakus. But what's the story with the Chernobyl, with the Mittel Rebbe, Yukach Lamat Mayim, with the yeah. So no, I got some fine. So he says over there that but the kavone is it should be the Tachtin. The kavone is to be Megal Lakos, and that's why Chabad was stressed that should be Megal and speak these inyonim shlechuder. Was kavone is takam zolzievis the kavone the Tachtin, even though it's a yeride, but that's the kavone. This is the whole story also with the Alter Rebbe and the other Talmidei Amagid, which is really the Shelish Advarim. They said that you bring down Lakus and Seichel, you're watering it down, and it's explained also as fakert. You bring down the seichel, means you connect with the etzem of Pnimis HaTorah. B'meil, it's not limited. That the only way to see it is when you're in a dveikis. Even in seichel, the etzem of the Eibush is unlimited. Einim Ulvade is unlimited. Even seichel could also realize it. That's only when you come to the essence. That's it says.
I'm sure that's the real tachfein.
The etzem Pnimis HaTorah.
I'm sure that's the real tachfein. That's
connected with tachfein. That's the amitis from the tachfein. The amitis from seichel. Therefore, when you can start seeing a lakus and everything, that's because there's no limit to the etzem and the Eibush. Akoponi, what do I want to bring out? So this is two types of people. There's types of people that want to go hecher, die suchen tiefer, vertiefen sich nicht, they want to be dabekel, dover, was liegt da, what's in it. And then there's the others that they want to give it over. Then you have a person that has both of these tchumas. Sayas, he enjoys getting deep into things. And also he has another part of him that likes to give over, to come down. What happens to this guy? He's in the middle giving over because he has a geschmack in giving over. Then suddenly he says, what am I wasting my time with? I go learn. Let's try to go deeper to it. What happens then? This is a collision. This is the stira. This is the stira that happens in Eir. Eir on one hand, this double complicated. Eir may not moir, he knows what's doing, he doesn't want to go down. To come down is hedri in Eir. It's a contradiction to the whole idea of Eir. The Mila Eir doesn't want to be Mizgala. In order Eir should be Mizgala, that had to be the Keich HaRashimu. That's the in of Kalim, the idea of the ability to leave, to go out. And that's how Eir finally was Mizgala, came down. But suddenly Kalim started pulling too much. He wants to go in Gansen now because the Kafon is Yirid Adasof. And Eir says, no, I'm not going there, forget it. That's the Yosher Chayzer. Das ist the word. Shemakim ze bozeh, which in taking what's the kavone? And then, so this is what happens. Like they say, Neiflim hem eisi Hashem hem esav makelim. Yoshor, this is very hard to know. What's Yoshor, what's Chayzer? Because it's easy to say that the one coming down is Yoshor and the one going up is Chayzer. But really, it's not so possible to say that. The fit Yoshor is the one coming down. The Reitzel Hizgalas. Chayzer is the one that doesn't want to be Mizgale. It doesn't really fit over here because we know that Sherish HaKelim is from Chayzer and is Yoshor. So what does it mean? Yoshor means the regular way of being. And Abe should be revealed the way he is. To leave himself, so to speak, to come into a lower world, not to be revealed, which bets it's Mushash even higher, that's Chayzer. That the Eibush is revealed by not being revealed. Like through the question, through Helem, then we get the depth which otherwise we wouldn't get. That's Kalim. Kalim is like, so to speak, a question, a Helem on the Eibishter, and then through this we realize a much greater Inyan Elikos which is beyond being expressed in a regular way. Right? When you have something you have to work hard on. It's like upon this tool we find how the Eibishter wants to express in a Eivn of Kemeishu, Yoshardik, or Chayzik through a Helem. And that's, so to speak, the fight, and through the Makim Zebozeh, what's the Iker? What's the Iker? So Kalim is defending at his side that the Iker is Kalim. The Iker is Onkum Tzayena. The Iker is the Eibishter is beyond have to be in a Dargashel Gilui. He can come into Zulas. But Yosher says no. It has to be seen Begoli. Of course, it's be Begoli. And if it's leaving this domain, it's nicht beseder. So Kalim proves his point. He has to answer sort of reference of why he's right. And this Kavon Dafkats, the Eibishter, by not being revealed, is ultimately being revealed a lot deeper than you could ever say. Whatever you're going to say, he's not going to say that. So this is only a inference, so to speak. I'm making it very grob, but this is the Lashenis he's using over here. If we'll be able to, maybe we'll take it a step higher. Akoponim, so this is the word, that's the inference, that the Ilui Dafkin, Helem, that's what's coming, that's Kalim. That came to be. That's like the person strengthening his svara by answering the question of the other side, of the opponent. That's what he's saying. I have to get this right 10 o'clock, right? Stop here.
There another kavanah.
Das the word from der Tachtenim. The kavanah is what you want to have the Eibishter the way he is. Can't stay in Geluim. Geluim is limited in Gilui. That's the word. That's the mile from the Chayzer. That's the thing. When the nimmst him nicht, when the hast him nicht, when I don't have the Eibush, when I chab him nicht, yemot hab ich him. That's what the Chayzer time is. What are you looking to have Geluim? Verkehrt. The word of Shlichus, and he goes on Shlichus. He's leaving. He's losing himself. And that's where he has the Eibush. Dort liegt the answer for the Eibishter. If he's going to go sit and daven all day and learn, he's not going to have the Eibishter himself.
The Etzim is not in Geluim?
The Etzim is not in Geluim.
Why?
The Etzim could be Begoli. However, the Kavana is in Helen. To be Megala, the Sherish Helen. If it's only Gilu, it's not the Eibishter. It's limiting the Eibishter. Verkehrt, it could be Helen. And to see Sherish Helen, it doesn't have to be revealed. And he's not just, it doesn't have to be, he can be revealed. And that Gufa should be revealed.
Plenty of Helen, sure.
Plenty of Helen. Have enough Helen. They sure can.